Hello everybody, welcome to Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH, and this is Lesson 44, Monthly Compensation and Withholding Tax. At the end of the video, you should be able to explain what a payroll is and its components, explain the parts of a payslip, calculate withholding tax and compensation, and fill up BIR Form 1601C on the perspective of the employer. Again, this is your lecturer, Kevin Troy M. Chua. I am a certified public accountant and a CIPP UK certified payroll professional. Before anything else, please like, share, and subscribe to Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH and hit the notification bell button to alert you of the latest video lessons. For all of your questions, comments, and suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And for webinar and speakership invites, please send me a message at kevintroy.chua1994@gmail.com. Thank you very much for your utmost support for Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH. And may these videos continue to help students in their online learning and academic development. And may these videos continue to help teachers in enhancing their lesson plans and teaching methodologies. Okay, let's start. So in the last lesson, we learned about basic taxation principles. So you have been introduced to the three inherent powers of the state, the power of eminent domain, the power of taxation, and the police power. And you also understood the importance of taxes, hindi lamang po sa mismong gobyerno, but also its contribution to nation building. So ngayon po is we are ready to compute taxes on the perspective po ng individual people of the Philippines. Okay? Sige po, let's start. Okay, so what is compensation? Compensation or wages refers to all remuneration for services performed by an employee for his employer under an employee-employer relationship. So baliktad ko nabasa, but it just means the same. Okay, so compensation or wages in its simplest sense, ito po ay sahod. Okay? Remuneration for, para saan daw po? Services performed nino ng isang empleyado para sa kanyang employer, and remember that this is being given on an employer-employee relationship. So the two pictures that we have here is pwede kang isang office worker na nagtatrabaho sa opisina, and you're giving your mental abilities, 'di ba, para sa iyong employer. Tapos, pasasahurin ka. Kung hindi naman mental abilities, baka doon naman tayo sa mental physical abilities or yung mga skills naman po natin. So, ito naman po ay halo. Talagang isip at katawan na yung gumagalaw dito sa ating skills. Yan, yung ating pong mga magigiting na factory workers, yung ating pong mga construction workers na talagang isip at talagang katawan yung pinagagana para po sa trabaho. Okay? But whether you are ang tawag dito, yung office worker or ikaw po ay nasa skills, pareho po ang ating nare-receive, no? Meron po tayong sahod na nare-receive galing po sa ating mga employer, and remember that it should come from an employer-employee relationship. Okay? Pero actually po, pag office worker ka, physical din kasi ang hirap din umupo for 8 hours and using your mind, no? So lahat po tayo pag nagtatrabaho, binibigay natin yung ating buong puso, buong isip natin sa trabaho. So we all deserve din naman po, syempre, proper remuneration. Ayan, umaano naman ako yung Sir Chua para konsehal. Anyway, okay, so next slide tayo. Okay, so let's now talk about taxes, no? This is the main point of the discussion, not actually the sahod, but the taxes in the sahod, no? That's so konyo. Taxes on the sahod. Okay. Now, individuals earning compensation income should pay taxes to the government. Under the power of taxation, di ba, we are to pay taxes for the betterment of the nation. Okay? The total compensation and wages earned by an individual is calculated annually. So, pag nagko-compute po talaga tayo ng taxes ng isang tao, ang calculation po talaga niyan annually. That's the status quo. Okay? Annually po talaga. And thus, a person is liable to pay for an annual tax on the earnings for the whole year. Pero meron po tayong however. Okay, however, individuals earn and are paid off. Syempre, binabayaran po sila ng kanilang mga sahod, pwedeng daily, meron pa tayong binabayaran ng arawan, o di po kaya weekly, kada linggo, semi-monthly, twice a month kung pasahurin, or syempre yung monthly. These salaries, when received by employees, are already net of taxes. So, pag nare-receive po ng isang empleyado yung sahod niya, bawas na ng tax. Okay? So, sir, ano yung sinasabi mong annual po pala kino-compute yung tax? Monthly naman po pala binabawas. Mamaya ika-clarify natin yan. Okay? These taxes are being withheld by their employers, and their employers are the ones to remit it to the Bureau of Internal Revenue. So, ang nangyayari is yung ating pong mga employer, bago tayo pasahurin, bawas na po yung ating sahod nung tax na babayaran natin. Si employer na po ang bahalang magbigay at magbayad noon sa BIR. So, what happens is that individuals need not to go to the BIR monthly to pay their taxes. Okay? Hindi po tayo mismo ang pupunta buwan-buwan at pipila sa BIR na Government of the Philippines, Republic of the Philippines, these are my taxes for the month. Hindi po ganon, no? Kasi it would be too burdensome din po sa lahat ng tao kung lahat po tayo na sumahod kada buwan ay pipila sa BIR para po magbayad ng buwis. So, ang nangyayari po is meron po tayong tinatawag na withholding agent. Pag sinabi mong withholding agent, yung ating pong employer, siya na po ang magkakaltas ng buwis sa ating sahod para po pagdating sa atin, nung sahod natin, bawas na po ng buwis, sila na po ang magbabayad nun on our behalf or in our behalf sa BIR, okay? The monthly taxes paid by the individual through the employers should equal with the annual taxes calculated when the total annual compensation is considered. Yan po yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na ang pagko-compute po talaga ng tax on compensation ay annually, no? At the end of the year, iko-compute po magkano ba talaga yung dapat na tax mo for the year. Iko-compare po yun sa lahat ng tax na naikaltas sa'yo from January to December, okay? Iko-compare po yun. Ang expectation po natin, dahil binabawasan ka naman buwan-buwan sa sahod mo, kung ano yung computation sa'yo annual, yun na dapat yung nabawas sa'yo monthly. Okay? But syempre, we have adjustments on taxes, like there are income na dapat i-consider natin as non-taxable, like yung ating mga 13th month pay up to 90,000 pesos, yung mga ganong consideration. So, nagkakaroon po tayo ng year-end tax adjustments para maitama po yung talagang dapat na tax na naibabayad natin sa gobyerno. So, if the tax withheld from the employee from January to December is greater than kung ano lang dapat talaga yung babayaran mo for the year, bibigyan ka ng tinatawag nating tax refund. Kasi mas malaki yung nabawas sa'yo buwan-buwan kesa sa dapat na tax mo lang talaga for the whole year. But going to the opposite, if tax withheld every month is lesser than the annual tax due, pag mas maliit pala yung nababawas sa'yo, nung tinotal yung binawas sa'yo from January to December, mas maliit kesa sa dapat na tax na babayaran mo for that year, ay kailangan po nating magdagdag ng bayad, no? There is still tax payable. Pero wag po tayo mag-alala whether tax refund or tax payable, si employer po natin yung mag-aayos niyan. Pwera na lang po kung ikaw po ay tinatawag natin na hindi substituted filer. Pag sinabi mong hindi substituted filer, ay ikaw po ay, kunyari, nagkaroon ka ng dalawang employer during the year. January to April, nasa ganito akong kumpanya, lumipat ako ng May. So, hindi na pwedeng si susunod kong employer yung basta lang mag-ayos ng aking taxes. Pwedeng siya pa rin yung mag-ayos kasi yung aking tax information galing sa dati kong employer, pwede ko namang ipasa sa susunod kong employer para sila yung mag-ayos nung aking taxes, no? Pero hindi na kasi ako tinatawag na substituted filer. So, kailangan pa rin po, ako po ay gagawa pa rin ng sarili kong income tax return at the end of the year na ang deadline po nun is dapat ma-file ko po siya sa BIR until April 15 of the next year. Okay? Pero yung mga ganyang annual taxes po natin ay babalikan naman po natin yung ganitong mga points na sinasabi ko sa next lesson po natin, which is our annual taxes, computation of annual taxes. Okay? So this is just an introduction for you, and I hope that this is a foundation of your learning for taxes. Okay, let's continue. Payroll. Let's talk about payroll. A payroll is a calculation of all employees' compensation, statutory contributions, taxes, deductions, and net payment for a certain time period. The formal internal office document, so medyo kulang yung word, pero remember that payroll is only internal kasi syempre information ng mga tao yan at sahod ng mga tao yan. So that's very confidential. So hindi lang siya basta formal document. It's a formal, internal, confidential document. Okay? To present payroll is called a payroll register. Ang payroll register po ay yan po yung ating document sa isang company na nagpe-present ng computation ng sahod ng lahat ng ating empleyado. So, nandun po yung employee number, yung employee name, depende pa po, minsan nakagrupo pa yan by department, okay? And then, nandyan po lahat ng information. Basic pay ng tao kada buwan, lates and absences, so yung mga kaltas sa kanila sa mga lates nila or sa pag-absent nila. Siyempre yung dagdag natin na bayad sa mga empleyado pag nag-overtime sila. Other income na taxable, other income na hindi natin pwedeng taxan or non-taxable. And then gross pay represents all these things. Ito, mula basic pay hanggang other non-taxable income. Then syempre, ito po yung mga statutory contributions, yung mga mandatory contributions po natin na dapat ay meron tayong contribution sa Social Security System or SSS, Philippine Health Insurance Corporation or PhilHealth, and then Home Development Mutual Fund or ito yung wala ka, pag-ibig. Okay? And then, ito po, may calculation tayo ng taxable income. Mamaya po, i-discuss natin kung paano kunin yan. Ito yung pinaka-highlight ng ating lesson which is withholding tax. And then, any other deductions sa mga empleyado. Kunyari, nag-loan. Nag-loan sila sa SSS o di kaya nag-loan sila sa pag-ibig, yan, dyan natin kakaltasin yung mga monthly amortization ng loans nila. Then, total deductions until we arrive at net pay. Pag sinabing net pay, yan yung pinaka-ending amount na marireceive ni empleyado as sahod niya for that specific period. Okay? So, remember, ang payroll po ay hindi binibigay sa empleyado ng buong dokumento ha. Ito po ay internal document na confidential. At ang dapat malaman lang ni empleyado na information about payment or of payroll is yung kanya lang because payroll is confidential and companies should see to it that payroll is a confidential document. Okay? So, ang tawag po sa nakikita nyo dyan is a payroll register. Okay, what about a payslip? A payslip is a document that explains the components of an individual's pay for a certain time period. It is a personal version of a payroll register. Siyempre, kailangan naman po natin maging transparent sa ating mga empleyado. So, we will be giving them the information of their sahod, which is a payslip. Ang nakalagay po sa payslip, syempre, kung medyo mainarte yung company, nandun yung name ng company, tapos nakalagay yung word na payslip. Okay, and then the period covered of the payment. In this case, ito pong payslip dito is for 15 days. So, kalahating buwan, January 1 to 15. And then the name of the employee and kung gusto pang lagyan ng company ng employee code tsaka department o hindi bala sila. Okay, tapos nililist down lang dyan yung kanilang basic pay, bawas sa late, dagdag na overtime, tapos kung ano-anong allowance, kung anong mga non-taxable income, and then yung total ng gross pay. And then yung deduction sa kanila ng SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, yung tax and other deductions. Gross pay minus total deductions, ito yung i-credit sa ATM. Bank account ng mga empleyado. Kasi hindi na po uso ngayon yung nagpapasahod tayo ng yung mga napapanood nyo sa pelikula dati na ang pasahod ay naka-brown envelope at pati piso-piso ay kino-compute down to the last peso and centavo tapos ipapasok do sa brown envelope ibibigay mo sa empleyado. Siyempre medyo nagiging high-tech na po tayo ngayon. So ang ginagawa po ng mga employer is actually, hindi na nga rin cheque eh. Although yung ibang company, cheque pa din. Pero most of the companies now is nag-o-open po or pinag-o-open nila on behalf of the in behalf of the tawag dito, mga employees, gagawa ng paraan or ng action si employer na mag-open ng bank account. May ka-partner na bank account si employer or yung pinagtatrabahuhan, si company mismo, and then bibigyan ng bank account. Payroll account po ang tawag doon. Okay? Tapos doon na lang po ilalaglag talaga. Doon na lang po ilalaglag yung sahod ng mga tao. So, kapag po quincenas tsaka 30, very excited po yung ating mga empleyado kasi inaabangan nila sa kanilang mobile application ng bangkong yun kung pumasok na po ba yung sahod nila. Minsan nga po ang nangyayari, mas nauuna pang malaman ng mga empleyado yung mismong amount ng sahod bago yung payslip kasi nauuna yung pagkikredit po natin ng sahod. But anyway, a payslip is a document that presents all of the details naman po. So, ang nangyayari is kapag may tanong si empleyado, kunyari, ine-expect niya 2 days lang siyang absent. Paano kung medyo namali ng payroll computation? 3 araw yun nabawas sa kanya, 'di ba? So, may itatanong niya sa accounting department, kung may separate payroll department pa po, or sa HR, human resource. Okay? So, yun po. I'm giving you an overview of what it's like to be working and earning something. Ayan po. So, I hope that you can be able to imagine it with the simple stories that I tell you. Okay, so tayo po ay required mag-contribute sa SSS, PhilHealth and Pag-ibig. Pero magkano? Okay, so meron po tayo mga statutory contributions table that we need to use, no? But this changes from time to time po. So I'll see to it na lang po na yung aking videos ay magiging updated pa din. But as of now, 2020, ito po yung ating relevant statutory contributions. So if you are watching this video in some other time other than 2020, no? Syempre, dadaan ng mga taon. Baka naka-upload pa rin tong video na to. So, notify me if you are watching this years after 2020 para ma-update natin. Okay, so this is our current table for SSS. So, SSS contribution table. So, nandito po, pag sinabi pong ER, employer contribution, pag EE, employee contribution. So, yung kino-contribute po natin sa SSS is hati si employer. Not actually hati, but merong part si employer na ibabayad kay SSS for you, and then ikaw mismo as employee, kakaltasan yung sahod mo ng SSS contribution. Okay, so, ang makikita lang po natin sa payroll at sa payslip is syempre yung ibabawas mo lang sa empleyado. Meron po yung mga salary ranges which is based on the gross pay of the employee. Tapos, ito yung susundin nating column, yung EE contribution. Kasi, yan po yung mas relevant sa atin dahil yan yung ibabawas mo sa empleyado. Ang ER po kasi ay si employer na bahala dyan eh. Okay? So, ang focus natin dito, yung ibabawas natin kay employee. Okay? So, depende po sa sahod, depende sa gross pay ha, gross pay po. Depende sa gross pay na marireceive ng empleyado kung magkano yung ibabawas po sa kanya na contribution. So, for example, if your gross pay is 3,750 to 4,249, so ang ibabawas mo po kay empleyado, 160. Okay? And then, let's see to it sa iba pa. So, for example, ang gross pay mo naman for the period is 12,250 to 12,750. Ang ibabawas mo po kay empleyado is 500 pesos. And then, some employees, actually karamihan, is nandito sa maximum, which is 800 pesos. Ayan po. So, medyo malaki, di ba? 800 pesos. And then, si employer naman po is 1,630 po. Pero, yan po yung ating contributions sa ating pong social security system. Next on our list is our PhilHealth contribution. So, ang PhilHealth contribution po ay naka-percentage based po saan? Sa basic salary. Kung magkano po yung basic salary, yun po ang ating basis. Okay? So, if you're watching this video Today, currently 2020, it's 3%. Pero not necessarily 3% po yung ibabawas diretso sa empleyado ha. Hati po yan sa employer tsaka sa employee. So parang ang lumalabas po, 1.5% lang talaga yung binabawas natin sa empleyado. Pagdating po natin ng 2021, next year is 3.5%, and then on 2024 and 2025, it's already 5% po. Okay? And again, this is based on the basic salary. Okay, we have SSS, PhilHealth, and then next naman po natin is yung wala ka, pag-ibig. Okay, pag-ibig contribution table. So, it's based on monthly compensation, gross pay din po. If your gross pay is over 1,500, the employer share is 2%, but with a maximum of 100 pesos lang po. So, ang maximum po natin na pwedeng ibawas kay empleyado is 100 pesos. Employer share tsaka employee share. Sa employee share, 2% din. So, ibig sabihin, kung 100 yung babawa sa'yo, 100 din si baliktad pala yung baliktad yung aking tingin. Okay, ito po. Pero pareho lang naman 2% dyan. So, 2% employee share. So, 100 pesos maximum. So, 100 pesos din po kay employer. Okay, for a total of 200. Okay? So, kadalasan po at karamihan sa atin ang contribution sa pag-ibig, 200. Okay? But that starts over 1,500 po. Pag 1,500 and below per month, yung atin pong nare-receive na gross pay, employee share is 1%, employer share is still 2%. Okay? And then, syempre, yung pinaka-highlight po natin, magbabayad tayo ng buwis sa ating gobyerno. Okay? This is our withholding tax table for the train law. Okay? Train law na po ito ha, kasi baka ang magamit nyo pa po yung NIRC na withholding tax table, which is the version of 2009 version. So, wag na po natin gamitin yon. Ito na po ang ating withholding tax table for 2018 to 2022. Pagdating po ng 2023, meron pong bago. So if you are watching this video at 2023 na, medyo futuristic na ako magsalita. But if you are watching this video at 2023 na, wag mo nang panoorin kasi hindi na po ito yung withholding tax table. Gagawa na lang po si Sir Chua ng updated na video for that. Okay? So, nakalagay po dito, paano po natin i-interpret yung tax table na ito. We have daily, weekly, semi-monthly, tsaka monthly. Depende kung saan at kung paano yung pasahod sa'yo. 6 levels. Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So, hahanapin mo dyan yung sahod. Kunyari, ang taxable income mo for the month is 20,833. So, ang tax mo daw po is 0, pero yung anything in excess pa po, kunyari, mas mataas sa 20,833 yung sahod mo, may 20% po na kukuhanan doon. Okay, so mamaya po i-explain natin thoroughly kung paano po gamitin itong withholding tax table. Pero yan po yung basis ng ating tax na binabayaran po sa BIR. Yan po yung kinakaltas nating tax sa ating payroll. Okay, so yun na yun. Okay, so let's discuss the basic techniques in payroll calculation para hindi lang kayo marunong ng tax, marunong din kayong mag-compute ng sahod. And in any case po, na let's say for example, you are a senior high school or college student pero nag-i-intern kayo or you decided to work agad as an accounting clerk for a junior position, then tinanggap kayo, even senior high school, di ba? Congratulations naman sa inyo. And sana makatulong itong video na to para kayo ay kung sakaling mapunta sa payroll department, di ba? At least marunong kayo. Okay, so the first step is compute for the gross pay by getting the total of all earnings. Lahat ng binigay sa empleyado for that specific period. So, that is your basic pay. When you say basic pay, yun yung mismong talagang base rate ng empleyado na dito mag-uumpisa ang iyong sahod na calculation. Kasi yan talaga yung sahod mo. Parang gano'n. Okay? Babawas natin lahat ng late niya tsaka absence. Kung mabait-bait ang company, hindi nagde-deduct ng late. Pero may deduction sa absence kung wala ka ng leave, okay? Kasi meron po tayong tinatawag na vacation leave or sick leave, 'di ba? So, kung meron ka pong leave credits, pwede ka mag-absent na may bayad ka pa din, okay? Pag vacation leave, pwede mo siyang gamitin talagang para magbakasyon or meron kang aasikasuhin for yourself, personal. So, pwede ka mag-absent, bayad pa rin yon. Sick leave naman po, pag sinabing sick leave, ikaw ay nagkasakit, hindi makakapasok for that day, magpapaalam ka sa employer mo, sa company. So, dahil may sakit ka, hindi ka makakapasok, bayad ka pa din ng araw na yon pag may sick leave ka. Okay? Pero wag pong gagamitin ang sick leave sa isa pang SL na tinatawag po nating sinungaling leave. Okay, and then syempre kapag ka po ikaw ay napasobra ng oras dahil medyo maraming trabaho na kailangan tapusin, bayad din po yun. Pero syempre subject to approval. Baka naman nagstay ka lang sa opisina hanggang 9 p.m. para tsumika, hindi po babayaran ng company yun. Okay, so i-approve po ng company yung overtime na ginawa mo. And when that overtime is approved, so may dagdag pong bayad yon. And syempre may premium yon, may dagdag, 'di ba? Kasi kung 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. ka lang naman, pero nagstay ka hanggang 8 p.m. So, 3 hours na overtime yon para matapos mo yung trabaho. Kasi love na love mo yung trabaho mo at kailangan na talaga matapos. So, yun. Babayaran ka po ng overtime pay for that 3 hours and may dagdag po tayong premium for that. The basic overtime rate in the Philippines is 25%. Okay? And then in any other case that your company is too generous, ayan, meron pa po tayong mga other taxable and other non-taxable income. Add nyo po lahat yan, lahat ng ating effects, except syempre yung late and absence. Binabawas po natin yan. That is what you call your gross pay, which is the basis for your SSS contributions. Our step 2 is to compute for the taxable income, which is the basis for your withholding tax. Okay? Ang taxable income po, ito po yung amount ng income na gagamitin natin pag magko-compute tayo ng tax. Okay? Hindi po pwedeng gamitin itong gross pay na ito kasi meron pa tayong mga ibabawas sa gross pay na magiging basis kung magkano yung tax na ibabayad ng tao. Okay? So, gross pay less yung ating SSS contribution, less yung ating PhilHealth contribution, less yung ating pag-ibig contribution, and syempre ibabawas mo po yung non-taxable income kasi hindi nga daw po pwedeng mataksan yung income na yan. For example, rice subsidy. Meron po tayong amount ng rice subsidy, 2,000 pesos per month po yata if I'm not mistaken. Ayan po. So, hindi mo siya pwedeng taksan. Meron din po tayong mga monetized VLNSL, meron po tayong mga clothing allowances, and we will be discussing that sa ating pong next video, dun po sa annual tax computation natin. But I'm just giving you an overview and examples, an example of non-taxable income. So that will be your basis of your taxable income. From your taxable income, dyan mo na kukumputin yung tax. So, your next step is to compute now for all of the deductions na ibabawas mo dun sa sahod ng tao, which is syempre yung SSS mo, yung PhilHealth mo, yung pag-ibig, and then yung tax na na-compute mo, and then any other deductions like SSS loan, pag-ibig loan, company lanyard, yung mga ganon. Basta lahat ng ni-request din ng empleyado na ibawas sa kanyang sahod, ayan, dyan po papasok yan sa other deductions. If your gross pay is ready and if your total deductions is ready, then you can compute for the net pay. Yun talagang mismong ibabayad mo na sa empleyado, which is just your gross pay less total deductions, and that is your net pay. Ito na pong net pay na yan, yung amount na napupunta sa sahod. Talagang yan yung sahod na binibigay na natin sa empleyado. Okay? Kasi na-adjust na natin lahat ng kailangang ibawas at kailangan tax na bayaran. Okay, so we will be discussing some problems and computations right now. Please download Handout 044. The link is available in our description box. Let's start. Problem number 1. Tracy M. Natagok, a private school English teacher, has a monthly basic salary of 20,000. She had a 1-day unpaid leave amounting to 766 pesos and a 15-minute late amounting to 24 pesos. Total overtime pay amounted to 1,438. During the month, she is given a rice subsidy of 1,800 pesos and other taxable income of 2,000 pesos. Compute for the following in Miss Tracy's income: payslip gross pay, taxable income, withholding tax, and net pay. Okay, this is the calculation for Miss Tracy's gross pay. Sinabi po na ang kanyang monthly basic salary is 20,000, so ang basic pay niya, 20,000. Nag-absent daw po ng isang araw. Ang isang araw niya, ang katumbas ay 766 pesos. Tapos nagkaroon lang din daw po siya ng late. So binawasan siya ng 24 pesos for that. For a total of 790. Nag-overtime during that period. Siguro for other admin tasks, 'di ba? Kasi teacher siya eh. So parang after ng class hours, baka may ginawa pa siya na kailangan niyang gawin. So nag-overtime siya, binayaran ng 1,438. Tapos, meron siyang rice subsidy na 1,800. Ang rice subsidy po ay de minimis benefit or de minimi benefit. Okay? Yung de minimis benefits na yon is non-taxable siya. So, lalagay natin sa non-taxable income. And then, other taxable income niya is 2,000. So, just perform the calculation. Ang kanyang gross pay for the month is 24,448. We are computing for a monthly salary. Okay? Kunyari, ang bigay sa kanya ng sahod, monthly. Hindi kinsena sa 30. Kada 30 lang. Okay? Kasi monthly yung ating pasahod sa kanya. Yun yung ating example. So, her gross pay is 24,448. Okay, let's compute for Miss Tracy's taxable income. If her gross pay is 24,448, bawas na po natin si SSS, si PhilHealth, si Pag-ibig. But remember, kailangan mong ibawas yung non-taxable income na rice subsidy niyang 1,800 kasi hindi po dapat yan mapatawa ng tax for a total taxable income of 21,448. Sir, paano po kunin yung SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig na yan? Okay, syempre alam ko matatanong nyo yan, kaya pinrepair ko din. Okay. For SSS, dahil ang kanyang gross pay ay 24,448, nasa maximum si Miss Tracy. Nandun siya sa line na 19,750 and above. And ang employee contribution for that salary is 800 pesos. Kaya po 800. For PhilHealth, ang basic salary niya ay 20,000. 3% for the year 2020, that is 600 pesos. Employee share is 300, employer share is 300. Okay? Next year po, 2021, dapat ito pong 3% na to ay 3.5% na. Kasi yun po yung nasa PhilHealth table. Okay? So if you're watching this at 2021 na, which is I think most of you sa mga senior high, baka 2021 nyo na mapanood tong video na to. So at least I'm guiding you on the proper percentage to use. Okay, I'm using here the 2020 percentage of PhilHealth, which is 3%. Okay, but revisit the table next year. I think it's 3.5% na. Okay. Ayun po. So ang PhilHealth niya is 600 pero hati sila ni employer. 300 lang, okay? And then HDMF po, ang gross pay niya is 24,448 times 2% for 88.96, but the maximum is 100. So 100 lang po. Okay? Then deduct your other non-taxable income of 1,800 for a taxable income of 21,448. Now, that will be the basis for you to compute Miss Tracy's tax for that month. Okay? And since monthly yung calculation natin ng sahod, pupunta tayo sa monthly tax table. Paano po natin gagamitin yan? Look at Miss Tracy's taxable income. It's 21,448. Nasaan po kaya si Miss Tracy dyan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? Hindi pa siya pwede sa 33,333 kasi wala pa siya dyan. So, dito tayo. 20,833. Nandyan siya eh. Kasi wala pa siya dito, hindi pa umaabot ng 33,000 yung sahod niya. So, nandito siya sa level 2. Ang sabi sa level 2, wala pang tax, pero in excess ng tataas ng 20,833. Lalagyan mo na ng 20%. So, paano yun? Minimum tax on level 2 is 0. Ito yun wala pa. Now, pero may excess. So, 21,448 minus the normal compensation level of 20,833, yun po yung papatawan natin ng 20%, which is equals to 123 pesos. So, yung tax for the month ni Miss Tracy is 123 pesos. Yan po yung tax na ibabawas natin kay Miss Tracy for the month of January. Okay. So, yun na po yung sagot sa ating number 3, the withholding tax for the month of 123. Pwede mo na po ma-formulate ngayon yung computation ng total deductions mo kasi may tax ka na. So, yung SSS niya na 800, yung PhilHealth niya na 300, yung HDMF niya na 100, and withholding tax niya na 123. Wala po tayong other deductions na sinabi sa problem. So, total deductions is 1,323. Okay, since meron ka ng information about Miss Tracy's gross pay, meron ka na rin pong information about Miss Tracy's total deductions, this will now be your basis to get your net pay. Gross pay of 24,448, less total deductions of 1,323, deduct them both, ang makukuha ni Miss Tracy for the month of January is 23,125. That is her net pay. How will it look like in the payroll register? Anong itsura nung sahod ni Miss Tracy pag nasa payroll register internally nung company? Ganito. So, nandun yung kanyang name, tapos dilista natin yung basic pay, minus yung absence, plus overtime, other taxable and non-taxable income, ito yung kanyang gross pay, bawas natin yung SSS PhilHealth Pag-ibig, and yung other non-taxable income, to get your taxable income, which will be the basis for your withholding tax. No other deductions, then just get all of the deductions, which is your SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, tax, and other deductions for your total deductions. Gross pay minus total deductions, net pay 23,125. Pinakita ko lang dito, syempre, yung itsura ng payroll register ni Miss Tracy. Pero syempre, ang totoong payroll register, lahat ng empleyado nandyan. Okay? Ano naman pong itsura nung marireceive na payslip ni Miss Tracy? Ayan. Kung saan man siya nagtuturo, payslip, tas pangalan niya, and then kung anong period. Kung ano yung nakalagay sa computation natin sa payroll register, ta-translate lang natin ng personal para kay Miss Tracy. So, nandito din yung basic pay niya, lates, overtime, other income, rise subsidy, gross pay. Then, lahat ng deductions niya for a net pay of 23,125. Ano po ang importance ng payslip? Alam ni empleyado at transparent sa kanya si company kung bakit 23,125 yung na-receive niyang sahod. Kung feeling niya mali yung computation ng tax, edi pwede siya magtanong ngayon sa accounting department, sa payroll department, or sa human resource department. Kung feeling niya lang naman. Okay? Tapos syempre, kung feeling niya ay may mali sa payslip, so at least pwede niyang maklarify. Kasi after all, ang pagbibigay po natin ng payslip ay tungkol po sa transparency. Syempre, sahod ng tao yan. Okay? Hindi lang po tayo basta nag-uusap dito ng calculations, no? Ito po ay sahod at napakahalaga po ng sahod kasi ginagamit po natin ang sahod sa ating daily living expenses. So, may malalim na hugot po ang ating payroll. Kaya pag tayo po ay nagtatrabaho sa payroll, make sure na very, very accurate po tayo sa ating pagko-compute ng taxes, sa mga kinakaltas natin kasi sahod po yan ng tao, kailangan po nating pahalagahan. Okay. Let's move on with problem number 2. Hirapan natin konti. Pocholo Arzabala, an international content developer, enjoys a basic pay of 57,500 in which the daily rate is 2,205 and hourly rate is 276. So, binigyan na kayo ng basic pay for the month. For the month yan in 57,500. Tapos, binigay na sa inyo yung daily rate na 2,205. So, kada araw, yan yung nare-receive niya. Pero equivalent lang yan. Equivalent lang yan nung monthly na nare-receive niyang 57,500. Okay? And then, 2,205 divided by 8 hours per day na working hours per day, 276. Okay? Non-taxable benefit is 2,500 and taxable benefits is 3,000. During the month, meron daw siyang 2 days of absence, isang bayad, isang hindi. So siguro, yung isa ay may leave credit siya, yung isa hindi niya na nagamit. Siguro, ubos na, ganun. Overtime during the period is 4.5 hours. Pocholo decided to increase his pag-ibig contributions to 300 per month. Naku, pwede kaya yan? Ang maximum lang natin, 100. Sige, tingnan natin mamaya. And has availed the company lanyard amounting to 150 to be deducted to his salary. So, nagandahan siya sa lanyard ng kumpanya at nag-avail siya, no? At sabi niya, SD na lang po. Pag sinabing SD, salary deduction. Ayun. Pero pwede naman yung bayaran ng cash yun. May mga kumpanya naman ganon. Okay? Katulad kami, yung dati kong school na pinagtuturuan, meron kaming mga anniversary shirt. So, kung gusto kong mag-avail, pwede ako mamili kung babayaran ko sa cashier or i-ESD ko na lang. Okay? Pwede rin naman yun. Compute for Pocholo's withholding tax and net pay for the month. Okay. Actually, we will just be using the same process. But medyo meron na tayong mga kailangan tandaan kasi medyo level 2 na yung problem natin. Okay, let's start. For the computation of the gross pay, it's Pocholo's basic pay of 57,500 less natin yung lates and absences niya. Wala pong sinabi sa problem na may late siya. Pero ang sinabi po is meron siyang 2 days of absence, isang bayad at isang hindi. Okay? Siyempre, kung yung isa bayad, hindi mo na yun papansinin. Kasi bayad na siya nandito na yun sa loob ng 57,500. Bayad siya buwan-buwan Pero yung isang unpaid, babawas natin yun. Magkano po ang isang araw ni Pocholo? 2,205. Okay? So, bawas natin yung isang araw na hindi bayad. How about the overtime? Ang binigay lang po sa inyo is the number of hours na nag-overtime siya for that month. 4.5 hours. Remember that binigay po sa inyo yung hourly rate na 276. So, ito po yun, 276 per hour. Times 4.5 hours na tinrabaho niyang overtime. Siyempre, babayaran natin yung extra ngayon, di ba? But remember, ang overtime po ay dapat approved ng employer. Hindi po basta-basta tayo pwede mag-overtime. Sir, ano ngayon tong minumultiply mong 1.25? Our basic overtime premium is 25%. 1 represents the actual 4.5 hours na tinrabaho ni Pocholo and 0.25 means the 25% premium na ipapatong mo dun sa 4.5 hours na tinrabaho niya. So, 276 times 4.5 times 1.25, the total overtime pay is 1,552.5. Okay, and then add na lang po natin yung sinabing taxable benefit na 3,000. And yung non-taxable benefit na 2,500, just perform the calculation, Pocholo's gross pay is 62,347.5. Okay, let's continue. Kung ang gross pay po niya ay 62,347, bawas lang po natin si SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, and syempre yung other non-taxable income kasi hindi nga po yan dapat mapatawan ng tax. Ang basis po natin sa pagkuha ng withholding tax niya is 58,085 pesos. Sige, compute na natin yung tax ngayon ni Pocholo. Pero bago yon, i-analyze natin isa-isa yung SSS, PhilHealth, and Pag-ibig. Okay. Yung SSS niya, nasa maximum siya kasi kita naman natin ang gross pay niya nasa 62,000. Ang laki ng sahod ni Pocholo, di ba? Okay? So, talagang above na siya dun sa maximum. So, 800 po. 800. PhilHealth naman po is 57,500 based on basic pay times 3%. Again, that's for 2020. If you're watching this video in 2021, iba na po yung rate, okay? For a total of 1,725, hati po sila ni employer, 862.5. Okay? Paano naman po yung HDMF? Gross pay po natin is 62,347.5 times 2%, 1,246.95 but the maximum is 100. 100 pa din ang ating ibabawas kay empleyado kung taxable income ang pag-uusapan. Pocholo wants 300. Okay, so ganito po yan ha. Si Pocholo lalapit sa HR or sa accounting department. Siguro, gusto niya mapataas yung kanyang pag-ibig fund contributions dahil baka in the future gusto niyang mag-asawa at magamit yung kanyang mga contributions sa papatayo ng bahay. Okay? Para, gusto niya, malaki ang kanyang HDMF contribution. Ang gusto niya, 300. Ang dapat, ganito siya ha, ang dapat lang nating ibawas sa pagkuha ng taxable income, yung 100 pa din. Hindi yung buong 300. Kasi, magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng mindset na, ay, pwede ko palang taasan yung pag-ibig contribution ko ng mas malaki para liliit yung basis ng tax ko Nagets nyo? Kasi pag nilakihan natin to, let's say for example, 1,000 yung contribution natin kada buwan. Edi yung taxable income mo liliit, yung tax mo liliit. Okay? So yung contribution po natin ng HDMF, dapat dun pa rin sa maximum na 100. Ngayon, yung 200 natin, it will become part of other deductions. Ang tawag po natin dun sa deductions na yun is HDMF excess. Sir, magkano ang ibabayad ni Pocholo sa pag-ibig? 100 o 300 na? Ganito yan. Although our basis for getting the taxable income is 100, pwede pa rin pong i-request ngayon, sabi ko sa inyo, so yung 200 pesos na yun ay magiging part ng other deductions, which is tagged as HDMF excess. The company will be remitting to HDMF amounting to 300. So, 200 plus 100. Ganun lang. Okay? So, after that, pwede na tayo mag-compute ng tax ni Pocholo. So, nandito pa rin po tayo sa monthly. Nasaan po kaya dyan si Pocholo? Level 3 or level 4? Isipin nyo. Pwede na ba siya sa level 4? Hindi pa. Kasi 58,000 pa lang yung taxable income niya. 66,000 na to. Dito tayo sa level 3. Ang sabi sa tax ng level 3, ang minimum tax ay meron na daw agad 2,500. Pero anything in excess na mas mataas pa sa 33,333, kukuha na mo ng 25%. So, ganito po yon. The minimum tax is 2,500. Tapos, yung excess po natin, galing tayo sa 58,085 minus normal compensation level of 33,333. Kung ano man pong difference nito, times 25%. 6,188 for a total tax for the month of 8,688. So, yan po yung tax na ibabawas natin kay Pocholo for the month of January. Okay? So, ito pong mangyayari. Ito na ang kanyang total deductions. Yung SSS, PhilHealth, and pag-ibig natin. And then yung tax na na-compute natin, which is 8,688. Okay? Tapos, ibabawas po natin yung HDMF excess na 200. So, ito na po ngayon. HDMF normal, 100. Tapos, yung gusto niya pa idagdag para maging 300, ito na yon. Nasa other deductions, 200. So, 200 plus 100, 300 na. Okay? And then, meron daw po siyang in-avail na company lanyard na pina-SD niya. So, babawas natin yan kay empleyado. That will form part of our total deductions of 10,800.5. Pag meron na tayong information ng gross pay at ng total deductions, gross pay of 62,347.5, total deductions of 10,800.5. Net pay for the month na marireceive ni Pocholo is 51,547. Ganon din po ang itsura syempre sa payroll register, okay? Basic pay minus yung isang araw niyang absent, yung tinrabaho niyang overtime, ano pa yung mga na-receive niya until gross pay. Okay? Then your taxable income, ganon din po. Non-taxable income, SSS PhilHealth Pag-ibig ang itatanggal mo sa gross pay. And then that taxable income will be the basis for your tax. And then ito yung HDMF excess natin at saka yung ating company lanyard. For a total deduction of 10,800.5 and then gross pay less total deductions, ayan na po yung net pay. Okay? Then ita-translate lang po natin siya sa isang payslip para maibigay natin kay Pocholo yung kanyang ito, yung kanyang details ng sahod. So, kunyari, tatrabaho siya sa Course Chiro. So, ito yung payslip nila. It's, no? Then, name of the employee. Then, lahat na na-receive niya for the month at lahat ng dineduct sa kanya for the month for a total net pay. Okay? So, again, the payslip is needed by the employee for transparency purposes sa sahod niya. Okay, so ngayon naman po, ang pag-uusapan natin is BIR Form 1601C. Ito naman po pag-uusapan natin ngayon ay nasa perspective na po tayo ng employer. Okay? Kasi yung mga pinag-uusapan natin kanina, magkano marireceive ni employee, puro tayo employee. Okay. So ngayon naman po, we'll be talking about BIR Form 1601C or the monthly remittance return of income taxes withheld on compensation. The employer withholds the amount of tax from the employee's pay. Nabanggit ko na yan sa inyo kanina, di ba? Na yung ating sahod ay bawas na ng tax para hindi na tayo mismo ang pupunta sa BIR at magbabayad ng tax natin for the month. Okay? The employer will be the one to remit these taxes to the BIR. The employer is to file BIR Form 1601C for the payment of taxes in behalf of the employees. So dito po natin ilalagay lahat ng total amount ng taxes ng company natin na tinanggal or withhold natin sa mga empleyado. Si employer ang bahalang magbayad nun kay BIR. Ito po ang form na gagamitin niya. Okay, let's talk about the different parts of BIR Form 1601C. Siyempre, una po dyan, yung mismong title. Heading, Republic of the Philippines, Department of Finance, Bureau of Internal Revenue. What can you infer from that? Ibig sabihin, the BIR is under the Department of Finance. Okay? BIR Form number 1601C, dapat po January 2018 kasi under train law, meron na po tayong bagong version, okay? Monthly remittance return of income taxes withheld on compensation. Enter all required information in capital letters using black ink. Black ink in your area. So, itim daw po ang gagamitin natin dito. Okay? And then, lahat daw ng box, i-X nyo. 2 copies must be filed with the BIR and 1 held by the taxpayer. Kasi, isa stamp. Pero hindi na tayo ngayon kasi masyadong nag-paper, no? Ang BIR po ngayon, meron na tayong EBIR forms at yung mas high-tech po natin na talagang online, EFPS, Electronic Filing and Payment System, na pati yung payment mo ay online na din. Lalagay po natin yung month and then kung amended return ba siya. When we say amended return, it is a new version of a return for the same period. Kunyari, nag-file ka na for January, tapos nagkamali ka pala. So, i-amend mo siya. Okay? Yun. And then, i-yes mo lang pag may i-withheld kang tax, which is, in our case, syempre meron. So, yes, dapat yan. Okay? Then, this is just information about the employer, yung mismong company, taxpayer identification number ng employer, and then name ng employer, address ng employer, contact number, email address. Mamaya, mag-fill up tayo niyan. Okay? And then, syempre, ito na po yung part kung saan natin i-explain lahat. So, iisa-isahin ko na lang po sa inyo yan dun sa ating problem. May problem po tayo niyan. So, parang mini workshop na to din para sa inyo. And then, syempre, dito po tayo sa signing portion. No? Siyempre, pinipirmahan po yung BIR form ng any authorized representative of the company who will file it in the BIR. Okay, and then since this is a mini workshop, you can freely download, ilalagay nasa description box po siya, BIR Form 1601C 2018 Train Law. So, download nyo po yan. Sana ma-print nyo din para talagang ma-experience nyo mag-fill up ng 1601C. Okay, let's start. Using the following information, prepare an entity's BIR Form 1601C for the month of January 2020 with the following information. So, meron tayong TIN and RDO number. Pag sinabi pong RDO, that's Revenue District Office, kung saan daw po magbabayad na jurisdiction si employer nung kanilang taxes. And then our sample company, Systematic Institute for Learning, located at 43 Samsung Road, Caloocan City. Zip code is 1407. That's their contact number. They are a private withholding agent kasi private company. And then email address admin@silcaloocan.edu.ph. Tapos kunyari ito yung payroll. Hindi na ako naglagay ng amounts kada empleyado kasi ito lang naman ang gagamitin natin dyan, yung total for the month nung payroll. Okay? Sige. Let's start. Siyempre, fill up muna natin yung pinakamataas, yung background information. Okay. For the month of January 2020. Is this an amended return? Siyempre, hindi. Kasi first time natin magpa-file. Okay? Are there any taxes withheld? Yes naman, meron. Okay? taxpayer identification number 001-002-003. Okay? Pause nyo yung video ha, baka sinusundan nyo ako habang nagsasalita ako, syempre mabilis to. Okay? I-pause nyo habang pagka-flash, pause nyo muna, tapos sulat nyo, no? I-feel nyo yung pagsusulat nyo sa BIR form, di ba? Para CPA na talagang pakiramdam, okay? RDO code is 027, okay? And then, lalagay lang po natin dito, sabi nga po, di ba dito, dapat ay capital letters, black ink in your area. So, lalagay natin dito yung name ng company, Systematic Institute for Learning. Registered address, 43 Samsung Road, Caloocan City. Zip code is 1407. Contact number is 8281-8283. They are a private withholding agent. Email address is admin@silcaloocan.edu.ph. Are there payees availing tax relief under special law or international tax treaty? Pag-uusapan natin yan sa college nyo na. So, wag muna. No muna tayo. Okay? So, pag natapos mo na yan, pause the video. Kung di mo pa tapos, tapusin mo. Again, i-feel mong CPA ka na as you file that return. Okay, sige, dito na tayo sa computation of tax. Okay. Ang gagamitin natin, syempre, yung pinaka-total na amount nung ating payroll register. Kasi yan yung pasahod natin sa lahat ng empleyado for the month. So, yun yung ifa-file natin. Okay? Total amount of compensation is ito pong ating gross pay. So, lalagay po natin 946,411. Okay. Babawas daw po natin lahat ng non-taxable income. Yan. So, parang ganun din, di ba? Parang yung pinag-usapan natin kanina. First, statutory minimum wage for minimum wage earner. Let's assume na wala tayong minimum wage earner. So, 0 yan. Holiday pay, overtime, night shift ng minimum wage earners. Ayun, nakalagay for minimum wage earners only. So, wala. 13th month pay and other benefits. Di pa naman tayo nagbibigay ng 13th month pay. So, wala pa yan. De minimis benefits. Let's say, for example, yung 20,000 natin ay rice subsidy. Example lang ha. Kunyari, rice subsidy yan. So, yan yung example natin ng de minimis benefits. 20,000. Tapos, SSS, GSIS. GSIS ang para sa government employees. SSS yung para sa private companies. Okay? PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, mandatory contribution. So, ito yon, add nyo lang. 8,000 plus 12,790 plus 1,000. Total of 21,790. Tapos, in any case na meron ka pang other non-taxable compensation, wala tayo nun. Okay? And then, total non-taxable compensation, sum of items 15 to 20. So, i-add mo lang daw po mula line 15 hanggang line 20. Okay? So, for a total of 41,790. Okay. And then, sabi, total taxable compensation is item 14 minus 21. So, that is your gross pay minus all of your non-taxable items. So, 946,411 minus 21,790. Your total taxable compensation is 904,621. Less taxable compensation not subject to withholding tax for employees other than minimum wage earners receiving 250,000 and below. Let's say, for example, wala po tayong empleyado na ganyan ang status. So, isi-zero lang natin. Net taxable compensation is item 22 minus 23. So, that's still the same kasi wala naman tayo ma-minus. 904,621. According to your payroll register, your total tax withheld for the month is 284,118. So, yun yung nilalagay natin dito, 284,118. Are there any tax adjustments from previous month? Wala po. Okay? So, ang ating pong tax withheld na i-remit natin sa BIR, 284,118. Less. Tax remitted in return previously filed if this is an amended return. So, since this is not an amended return, wala tayong ganyang adjustment. Wala rin po tayong other remittances. So, pag-a-addin lang po natin yung total tax remittances. So, wala po tayo nun. Okay? Tax still due is 284,118. Ngayon po, nagkakaroon lang naman tayo ng surcharge, interest, compromise, and total penalties nitong tatlo kapag ka nalilate tayo magbayad. So, syempre, ayaw naman natin magkaroon ng penalty sa BIR. We pay within the deadline, di ba? We should pay within the deadline. Okay? So, zero yan, lahat. Okay? So, tax still due minus total penalties. Wala naman tayong penalty. So, the amount na babayaran natin sa BIR as the total withholding tax na winihold ni employer para sa kanyang mga employee is 284,118. Diba? CPA na CPA ka na, diba? Ramdamin mo ramdamin mo para maging CPA ka na talaga. Okay. Siyempre, wag natin kalimutang pirmahan. Ngayon, ipaparamdam ko sa iyo na accounting manager ka. So, ilagay mo dyan pangalan mo at ikaw na ang pumirma para makapagbayad na tayo sa BIR. So, just write your name, then write your title. Let's say, for example, you are the accounting manager, then pirmahan mo na. Okay. Sige po. Yun lamang po. I hope you understand our lesson for today. I hope you appreciate. And our next lesson is annual income tax calculation naman po tayo for individuals. Again, please like, share, and subscribe to Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH and hit the notification bell button to alert you of the latest video lessons. For all of your questions, comments, and suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And for webinar and speakership invites, please send me a message at kevintroy.chua1994@gmail.com. This has been Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH. To God be all the glory, honor, and praise. Thank you and have a great day. 사랑해요.
유난히도 캄캄한다면 나 홀로 너를 생각하네. 이런 기분 설명할 수 없어. 원래 이맘쯤 너와의 여행을 생각했었는데